If you have ever looked at the back of your radio setup and felt like you were staring at a bowl of spaghetti, you know exactly why something like this exists. The Comet CF-4160N is one of those pieces of gear that does not look like much. It is just a small, black metal box, but it solves a massive headache for anyone running multiple antennas or trying to squeeze a few different bands through one coax line. Honestly, the first thing you notice when you pick it up is that it feels surprisingly dense. It is not some cheap plastic shell that is going to rattle around in your truck. It has a solid, industrial weight to it that makes you feel like it could actually survive a few years in a mobile install or a dusty field station. What really matters here is the signal management. You are looking at a device that handles HF, VHF, and UHF, and it does a surprisingly clean job of keeping those signals separated. The isolation is the real star of the show. If you have ever dealt with crossband interference, where your digital modes start acting up because of stray RF, you know how frustrating that is. This thing keeps things quiet and stable, which is exactly what you want when you are trying to pull in a weak signal or keep your FT8 transmissions error-free. Now, the choice to go with Type N connectors is a smart move. A lot of smaller duplexers stick with SO239s, which are fine, but they just do not offer the same kind of mechanical integrity or shielding that N connectors do. It makes the whole connection feel much more secure, especially if you are mounting this in a vehicle where vibration is a constant factor. It is a bit of a bummer that you have to make sure your cables are ready for N connectors, so if you are still living in the PL259 world, you might need to grab some adapters or swap out your ends. That is a minor annoyance, but for the sake of better RF performance, it is a trade-off that makes sense. It is compact enough that you can tuck it behind a radio or mount it to a bulkhead without it becoming an eyesore. It is not going to win any beauty contests, but it is built for utility. You just plug your lines in, and it does its job without needing any power or fiddling. It is one of those set-it-and-forget-it components that you only really notice when it is not there. If you are tired of running separate coax lines for every single band, or you are just trying to clean up your station layout, this is a solid, no-nonsense way to get it done. It is not the cheapest option on the market, but for the build quality and the peace of mind regarding signal integrity, it is a pretty easy recommendation for anyone serious about their radio setup.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.